Muichiro was one to never really understand how fast one thing could be taken from someone so easily or so quickly. It possibly just as soon as they got it. But after one of your missions went wrong, he learned the hard way. It was a normal evening, quiet in the Hashira headquarters. Everyone was quiet, doing their own thing, having a peaceful time. You and Uzui had gone out to take out a group of demons that had been spawned in the mountain near a village, as ordered from Master Kaguya. But during that time, there had been way more demons than had been told to Master Kaguya or reported. So during the mission, you and Uzui were ambushed more than you guys could handle. Not only that, there was some upper moons with them, which no one really knows why. But during that mission, since there were so many, they were able to ambush you and Uzui and overpower you guys. And result, Uzui got lost somewhere and you got injured very badly. Uzui didn't get as injured as much due to being a high-ranked Hashira compared to you, but he still got a bit banged up. So when he found you, there wasn't much time for him to think or for him to send his raven to call for help. He had to grab you and rush you back to the Hashira headquarters himself because there wasn't much time left. You were already going cold. So when Uzui rushed you into the Hashira headquarters and straight to Shinobu, there wasn't any time to go tell Muichiro or go tell Master Kaguya or any other Hashira about what was happening. They were focused on keeping you alive, keeping your body warm, before Shinobu was able to figure out what happened. Uzui barely even remembered what happened. He had a concussion, and you, obviously, you weren't even awake to tell anyone what happened to you or who was there. All Uzui remembered was that there was too many demons there than that was told. At the moment, Muichiro was out training with Tanjiro and a couple of others, and didn't even know you were back from the mission that went terribly wrong. Didn't know that you were potentially going to die, that your life was in the hands of Shinobu and all the other Butterfly Estate Hashira helpers. Miichiro-san, are you sure you should be out here? Shouldn't you be waiting for Wyan to get back from her meeting? Miichiro looked at Tanjiro. My crow would have told me when she was coming back. He's been surveying the mission site for hours now. Oh, okay. So, has your bird got back to you yet? No, actually, it hasn't. Muichiro started to realize that his bird hasn't come back yet, hasn't told him any updates, hasn't actually been around. That's kind of when he started to notice how everything was so quiet, so still. It's one thing that was never really normal in the Hashira building, or the whole compound, really, because there was always Sonami yelling around everywhere. There was always Mitsui falling over everything, eating food, openly laughing. And then there was Rengoku, who you could hear from a mile away. And then there was Obanai, who would always fawn over Mitsuri. It was just too quiet. But as he was going to figure out why it was so quiet, he heard the familiar cawing of his crow, who came down, landed on his shoulder, and reported back to him. For a minute, he felt a bit of hope bit of faith that he would figure out if everything was okay, if he was just being dramatic, if he was just imagining things. But it didn't last long. His crow told him that there was no sight of anything. No demons, no Uzui, no you. But she did find a bunch of blood everywhere. And that's when he knew something was wrong. Really wrong. He started to notice the commotion at the butterfly mansion estate. Girls running everywhere, Shinobu having a white coat covering her uniform, wearing gloves that were covered in red, her hair up completely, which is not really a normal sight to see unless something is really, really wrong. Or if a Hashira member is bleeding out really badly, or if someone's in surgery, which started to get him thinking something he didn't want to think, something he was praying wasn't happening. But from the looks of how he just saw Uzui walk out of the infirmary, he deep down knew it was true. That you were the one who was in surgery. As Muichiro ran through the hallways of the butterfly estate, he was panicked, scared, but you couldn't really tell it from his facial figures, but his eyes said it all. He didn't make it to the doors before Sanmi and Gyu grabbed him, so he couldn't go inside. Let go of me, Muichiro protested, trying to get out of their grip. No can do, bud. You can't go inside. Shino is in the process of surgery right now. How come no one told me she was here? That she was in danger? She was dying? Shinobu didn't want us to tell you. Muichiro looked at Gyu as he spoke. It's not that we didn't want to, but we knew that you would try and go in there. That you would try and stay there. Of course I would stay there. They're my significant other. And now they're dying, and no one told me. We didn't want you getting your hopes up. Muichiro looked at Saname. What is that supposed to mean? Gyu spoke up before Saname could. It means that we didn't want you getting your hopes up because it's not looking good for them. And Shinobu can't even tell if they're gonna make it through the surgery. Miyachiro's world just stopped. He didn't know how to process what Gyu had just told him. You're telling me that they might die. And the last thing that we said to each other was bye. We don't know. We don't know if she's gonna make it through, if she's gonna make it off the table into recovery 24 hours after. It's looking bad. Miichiro didn't know how to process either words that Sonami and Gyu were telling him. Eventually, their words just kind of turned into white noise to them. It wasn't there. He didn't know what to do. Because in this moment, he couldn't help. He felt useless. He felt like he shouldn't have even been there because there's nothing he can do but just stand there. Just stand there and wait. Pray for the best. And hopefully you just made it through. He didn't know what he would do if he couldn't wake up and hear your voice or see your face or train with you, spar with you, grow as a demon slayer with you, and eventually grow into the future. He didn't know how to process it. And that's what was scary for him. The most that he wasn't worried about the demons or the Hashira or Muzan overthrowing people. He was scared losing you. His world revolved around you. And hearing that not even Shinobu knew that you might not make it, that's what scared him even more. Because 99% of the time, Shinobu knew. But when it comes to that 1%, it's bad for everyone. He eventually just sat down somewhere with other Hashiras, Mitsuri crying, Obanai trying to comfort her. Rengoku was silent for one of the many times. Uzui was sitting there. He was just staring off into space. Sanemi was, well, being Sanemi, but more aggressive. It's kind of how he showed himself being worried. Tomioka was already quiet, but more quiet if that was even possible. But all he could do was just sit there and hope you made it out.